Hello, everyone. Welcome to the BS Show. And what is the BS Show about? Well, it's in the name, BS. My co-host is Brian. I'm Saul, and we've been trying to discuss movies for a while, and we're finally here, and we're going to be doing Aliens. That's right, from 1986. So that was a pretty good flick. And my thoughts were first off was this was made in 1986, but the special effects were
Yes.
this was before a lot of CGI.
Yeah.
So all of that was mostly models and green screen a little bit, but a lot of that was stage. And so,
And over in the UK.
oh, they did all that stuff in the UK, like where Lucasfilms
Yeah.
does this stuff.
Mhm. Yeah. Did you watch the movies that made us on Netflix?
Oh God, I did, but I don't remember that one. They did they
Yeah,
did.
Aliens was in there.
I don't remember it. I mean, I've seen the other ones. I know I've gone through there twice. Anyway, so all right, that's pretty good. So this is what 57 years after they finally find Ripley out in space. Is that the timeline that we're working with here?
I want to say yes, but when they said the 57, it was in a dream. And I don't really remember if it was like a definitive 57, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess I guess the reason I think it may be is because they had time to put those colonists there, and they said they've been there for a couple
Yeah.
decades. So,
Yeah.
and I know, I understand the dream sequence, but it had to have been a little while unless she's been there. I don't know.
hmm
Well, maybe I don't know if that's her just getting there because remember she had time to get a job as a loader,
Yeah.
and they kept asking
Class
her about
2.
what's that?
Said class 2
Yeah, yeah,
loader.
yeah, yeah. So it might, I'm just thinking maybe that is, but I think but that's not her. I mean, like I said, she said she was getting tired of them asking her the same damn questions, right? Going over it and over it all the time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and they lost a signal, and they wanted her to go back with the Marines, and of course she didn't want to go. Of course, I mean, who would want to go back?
Right. What
So,
if she didn't go back? There'd be no movie.
well, that's true. Yeah. So so this is they bring the Marines with her, and she tries to tell them that this is not going to go the way you think it is because they're all pumped up, all the Marines. They think it's going to be a shooting gallery if they're there and come home. So
Yeah.
now I also want to bring up that Ripley is this was a female-led film with a strong female character, and they some millennials and Gen Zers keep thinking we didn't have any of this stuff back in our day.
Oh, we had there are tons.
Yeah, but they don't want to. They don't want to recognize that. They want to keep saying, well,
Right.
you should have had female leads." That we did. You're not paying attention. But they don't want to.
Linda Hamilton, Lucy Lawless, etc.
Et cetera, et cetera. I'm just saying this, but so gosh. So I guess the film was mostly known for Bill Paxton's line, "Game over, man." That's usually the soundbite from that movie.
I mean, I think I wrote this down. I think Hudson, Bill Paxton, just a walking one-line machine. The whole movie, everything,
Yeah,
just a one-liner. Say we
yeah,
grease this rat fuck son of a bitch right here. Like,
yeah, yeah. That's true. I mean, he did whine a little bit, but
he whined a lot,
he
yes.
whined a lot. But he had the one-liners that I mean, if you did one-liners for this film, it'd all be Paxton, 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 Hudson,
hmm
Hudson, Hudson. That's all it'd be. And some from the sergeant.
Alpone.
He said a few things to get the Marines, kick some butt, to get them in the mood.
Assholes and elbows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can't remember. Did you have his character's name down then?
Yeah, I think it's Apone.
Yeah.
I thought I did have it wrote down.
Yeah. But
it's not.
Gosh. Okay, so Hicks was he was the one that kind of survived in the end. Barely.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And they had the synthetic that he wanted to be called.
No, he wanted to be called artificial person or something like that.
Yeah. Synthetic person or something like that, not artificial person or anything like that.
A bishop.
Yeah. Wow, really? Paxton was a colonel? No, he was a private. Colonial. Yeah, he was a colonial. I was reading that wrong. Sorry about that.
Colonial Marines.
Yeah. Yeah, Alpone was a sergeant. You're right. Al Matthews. But he had some lines in there too. So, what did you think about them adding the surviving girl, Newt? I mean, I know.
Newt, I thought is a really good character when they meet her. She has a really good line. They mostly come at night, mostly. I love that,
Yeah.
But then, like with all children, kind of like with Terminator 2 and I forgot his name. She, later in almost into the movie, children, they start screaming. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't mind it. I liked that there was a lone survivor in there.
Right.
Plus she helped him towards the end navigate to the exit.
Well, she added another dynamic to the film too. It's not just we got to save ourselves; we got to save the child too, because everyone else are now incubators or dead. So,
yeah,
and they tried their. I mean, they just weren't. No one was prepared for this. Then they were in that one section. I couldn't quite remember what it is. But that they would have fired their guns, there would have been a nuclear explosion. So fire throwers with all these. I mean, there's a bunch, a pack of them coming at them. And that's why most of them were killed right there in that scene where they were in that.
Oh yeah, it's about an hour into the movie. You have your build up, and then when it kicks in, it really kicked in. Like I think like 5 people died right then and there.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right, and. So you're right. Oh, Paul Reiser as Carter. Yeah, I like him in some movies. He did a good job at being the corporate, and you knew there was going to be some kind of corporate hanky panky. They always want to, they want to weaponize it. It was a good thought, but no, I think Ripley's right. We blow them all up.
Yeah.
No. How come she's not listed here? Who was the female?
Which one?
Marine. The one that was the one that was on the ground.
Vasquez.
Yeah, Vasquez. Not the one in the
ship.
In the ship, but yeah, because she was gung ho. Yeah, she was gung ho.
Yeah.
And who was the one that she kind of butted head? I mean, she got away with. I mean, they got along, but they kind of pumped each other up. The other guy.
I don't remember his name, but I wrote down that he was a simp for her. Or are they butted heads or her buddy?
Well, they did both. They pumped each other. I mean, it was like that.
Yeah.
They joke around and make
Yeah.
make each other pumped up. And I mean, it's kind of a buddy thing, where you can actually, get energy from each other.
Yeah. I don't remember his name.
And was it Drake? What was it? Spunkmeyer.
I have no clue.
I think it could have been. I think it was Spunkmeyer. That sounds about right for a character like that, Spunkmeyer.
Hey, yeah.
If not, well, if we're wrong, we're wrong. So we'll do better next time, maybe. But
yeah, I didn't bother writing down all the minor people.
True, but but watching that, I mean, I think I watched it when it first hit, like HBO. I didn't go to the theater and see this. I saw it on HBO. And
okay.
And you probably watched it VCR or something like that. Maybe on HBO too. I don't know. I don't know when you saw it.
I believe on TNT.
All right.
And then years later, I got the 4-movie DVD set, Blu-ray DVD set.
Okay. So what? Well, you probably wouldn't remember if there was if TNT cut certain things out that you noticed when you watched the DVD.
Oh, that was a long time ago. Obviously, the language.
Oh yeah, but sometimes they. Well, I did read somewhere that it got criticized for some of the gross gore scenes, but back then maybe.
I don't.
But now,
maybe for the time, but most of the kills they cut away from it.
Oh, they did. I mean,
you don't really see anybody die.
No, and you don't really see a lot of.
They get drugged down, or with the lady on the ship, you just see the blood go on the window.
Yeah, you don't see anybody's head getting bit off or anything like that, or whatever they're doing. So you're right. It really wasn't.
I do hope I did have that wrote. What?
Go ahead.
Oh, I did have wrote down. I wish there was more. Remember how Bishop got ripped apart?
Yeah, that could have been
Yeah, I wanted that with the humans. I wanted to see, their blood and guts go everywhere.
Oh my god!
I thought that would have been badass.
In 86 though, that would have. Yeah, I think they probably could have done that in the aughts if they would have. They would have done a film like. I mean, I know they've been remaking them. But that one, with Bishop, that would have been fun to see at least one body torn apart and the guts spilling out. But I think one scene that could have still kept its R rating. So but I don't know. What was this? Almost 7 years after the first one, 79 to 86. So
yeah,
I guess for some reason, Fox was afraid to do a remake. That's why it took so long. They were afraid to do it. So, because wasn't Cameron part of this movie?
James Cameron? Yeah.
Yeah. So he kind of probably talked them into it with a good script. Yeah, 20th Century Fox. What I remember from what I read, they were kind of weary to do one. But then the story was everything was James Cameron, directed the screenplay and story. And he had a little bit of help from other people like David Giller and it's Walter Hill. So and that's I don't mind that because sometimes they turn around and make a sequel too soon and they rush a lot. It gets ruined because it's too soon and they try to repeat it. But But if you're going to do a sequel, that's who you want, James Cameron.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, and it was, I guess, they always have something at the beginning of the movie that is going to impact the end. So I guess, when they were talking about her being a loader and you see it, I didn't see ahead of time where she's going to use that same thing to knock it out the airlock.
Oh yeah, Battle the Queen. Yeah.
So I don't know if they die in space or if they just float around until they land somewhere. I don't know what these creatures. They kept screaming out in space, which you can't do, but it was doing special. It was. I mean, it's no big deal, but I don't know. But once she killed the mama's eggs, it was all his game. I mean, she was pissed off. So, because that was the mama coming after her for revenge.
Yeah.
I mean, it was interesting how she could communicate there at the end where she could point at the egg and the mother would just not move and maybe let her go. But I think by the time she got out, she would have been surrounded again and killed by the rest of the horde. What do you think?
Well, what I was thinking, by the time the drones attack, she could get one or two, sacrifice one or two. Okay, you let her go and ended up wiping out almost all of them. You know what I mean? Just sacrifice if you get Ripley, and then in Ripley, she still had the grenades. Why didn't she just fire one at the Queen?
I thought she did. What did she fire at the Queen?
She shot him at that tube. That was, that had the eggs.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Like a direct shot on the Queen.
You're right. But I think she had to do that to survive because I mean, if you think long game, if Ripley would have escaped, they would have died in the explosion. That was about that nuclear explosion that was about to happen. That's why she had to get out of there, right? Because the whole thing was going to blow up, and they had what?
Yeah.
He had 20 minutes to get, or whatever, 19 minutes to get Newt and get to the ship. So, and that's always a good. You got to find the child, and you've got a certain amount of time to get it done. So that adds to the suspense there at the ending. I thought, are they going to find the girl? Because the girl, who knows what? This poor little girl got, shot down a tube.
Yeah.
So, and I bet when she went down that tube, it was probably fun for her. I mean, sure, it's a suspenseful scene, but for her, she's going down a slide. So, woo!
Yeah, are you talking in real life as the child going down it, or the
the she got caught in that, and she
I know what you're talking about, but I'm saying, I'm asking, as the child in real life doing that scene, are you saying it was fun for the kid to go down the slide, or the character itself?
If you were a kid and you got to go down a slide, when you're, I don't know, I don't know. I'm just thinking a guess because usually some of this stuff, seems scary or seems a little dramatic on the movie, but then when you talk to, that was a lot of fun because she shows, they do it in a way where it doesn't seem that way when she's doing it.
Yeah,
I mean, there's same complaint about Hit Girl and Kick-Ass, she couldn't, but she didn't know what the editing was going to do. She's just, everything's green screen and stuff. So, but anyway, that's not what I'm talking about, Kick-Ass right now. But that was a good movie too. But at least I liked it.
It was okay. Yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So, is there any scenes that stand out to you, or did we already talk about them?
I mean, I think the whole movie just stands out to me. The one thing I do think about is the older movies when they depict technology into the future. You know what I mean? Like they
Right.
still had the bulky computers and that, and the knob that laid out the map,
Yeah.
but what we have today is way better. You can just tablet with your finger, you know what I
Right.
mean? And the
Right.
flat screens.
Well, I like that scene too because Newt kept trying to look. She was
Yeah.
trying. I don't know if she thought she could see something to help him, or she just being curious. But she was jumping up and down behind him. That was kind of a little bit.
Or how crappy their cameras were. Like
Well,
our
yeah,
cameras today are way better than what they were streaming, from the helmets.
yeah, and that could be the same thing could be said about any of the Star Trek TV series where the technology. But if you put it in context, it was okay for the time. But I see,
Yeah. For the 80s, it was okay.
yeah, because like you're saying with the community, like you're saying, I mean, still, how hard it would be to think about. Look, let's just put the map here, and they follow it, and that. But it added, but in a way, it added to the suspense or whatever. They're looking at the map, but you're right. I mean, it's weird to go back in time and just see. Wait a minute, today that would have been all flat screen and it'd be voice command. Show tunnels or show schematics, right? And there it is, and then but also you got to think about the budget. I don't think the budget was too bad. I mean, thinking about making that movie and the budget was only 18 million.
Wow.
Where a movie like that would cost 100 million in this day and age. Well, I don't know how much. Well, I mean, what's the budget? Well, anyway, Romulus is coming out in July or August. So
yeah,
I mean, it did make 18 million, but it still made a bunch of money. It still made 131 million. And the ticket prices back then were, not were still under $10, of course. But I just thought, looking back, and you see, look at that, 18 million for that, and what
it was, especially with all the models and the hallway scenes.
Yeah, and some of you could tell some of the green screen you could tell, but really wasn't a big distraction. But if you look at it in today's terms, it comes out in August. It won't tell me a budget here on what I'm looking at, but it comes out in August, in the middle of August. But I guess they wouldn't say too much since they don't want too much getting out right now. But but that's probably going to be close to the more numbers we're thinking of in this day and age. Over 100 million, 100 million for something like that. Maybe, I don't know. But hopefully I'll be able to go with you and see the movie in August. We'll see. Have to break out, or maybe but it doesn't matter. But so I'm looking forward to the new film.
Me too. I saw the last one in theaters. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. Well, it seems like they space them out enough years where it's not like 1 year after the other like they were doing with some of the sequels during the 80s. Let's push one out. We need another Friday 13th. We need another Halloween. Boom, boom, boom. That's just, every year push something out.
Yeah, they do space those movies out quite a bit. I don't know how big the gap between the fourth Alien movie and let's just say, would you count AVP as a standalone Alien movie or the other?
Alien versus Predator?
Yeah, Alien versus Predator.
Wow.
I wouldn't. I don't think it is. I think from Alien 4 to I don't think it was Prometheus, was it?
don't.
I don't remember.
No, I don't either. So let's see what we got here. Prometheus was 12. Last one was Covenant.
Okay, so when did Alien 4 come out?
Let's see. If you Resurrection was 97.
Okay, so that was a long time before.
Yeah, and number 3 was 92. So that's a 6-year gap.
Yeah,
Those
they
two,
do take their time making the Alien movies. Now, whether they're good or not, that's
yeah, that's true. Well, I like Prometheus. I did like that one, or the Covenant. I think I like both of those. But there's only 5-year difference between 3 and 4, and then there's what 97 to 12, and then 12 to 17. So that was another 5 years, and this is 24, so 8 years. So you hope by taking that much time, they're going to be good movies, sequels. Taking that, since they're not pumping them out like a factory, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But anything else you need to add? You're good?
Well, I'm not good. Double back on I think Paul Reiser was a good villain.
Yes, he was. Okay, yeah, we didn't speak about the corporate guy. Yeah.
Before that, I've never known him to be a bad guy. He was what was this TV show he was in? I can't.
He was in. Did he have his own series?
Yeah.
Well, I did not. I don't. I've seen him in movies, but I don't know. Oops, I forgot. I should just click that one. Oh, yeah, he was in Beverly Hills Cop. He was in the Kaminsky Method, but that's current. My Two Dads.
Either way,
are you thinking about My Two Dads, the comedy sitcom?
It's a.
And then Mad About You.
I don't think so.
Mad
About You. That's it.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
Well, it seems
I've always seen him as like a good person, and then I've never. It was when I was watching it, and I'm like, oh, Paul Reiser's in this movie. Okay.
Yeah.
And he, I was younger, and I was like, oh, okay. He wants to help and be a good guy, and it turns out he's like a fucking bad guy villain. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, that was. Yeah, well, you always have to be weary of the corporate guy who wants to.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a valuable lesson from that movie.
Yeah.
Don't trust the corporations.
Yep, because he was trying. He was the villain. Not only were Ripley trying to fight the aliens, now she has to fight Reiser because he locked her in that medical bay.
Mm-hmm.
Her and Newt, and they had aliens in there that were ready to jump on someone's face, so they almost did.
Face huggers.
The face huggers. He turned off the camera so they couldn't see the medical bay. Yeah. Oops. Oh, no one's. But luckily she had a lighter to set off the alarm. But
right,
that was a good tense moment too, because she tried to break that glass, but instead just broke that chair. So
yeah.
So not sure why that glass had to be so thick, but I guess to keep in contagions, I guess. But
yeah, it's a medical.
Yep.
Right. What if they had zombies? They had to contain them.
Yeah. Zombies.
You need thick glass.
Yeah.
Zombies out in space.
Zombie space. There you go. Predator versus zombies. Oh, that would be a good one. So, yeah, that was a good. Yeah, Reiser. I guess probably when I first watched it, I didn't think that. When I just watched it today, it was like, don't trust the corporate guy. But back then, I might have. Don't know if I was as weary of the corporate guy as I was, because they're the ones that keep doing them. And interesting how, I mean, when you say the installation costs like a few $1,000,000, where in today's terms, they'd say billions, not millions. If they were going to do that again and build that.
Oh yeah. When that guy was like 42 million or something.
Yeah,
I'm
what
like,
are you talking about?
what the fuck?
Really?
Like, bruh, you're way in the future. It's going to be billions, trillions of dollars.
Yeah, it's like 42 million. Oh, okay. That must.
The shit got cheaper in the future. What? Okay.
I don't know, but
they must have found a very resource heavy planet.
But
to drive the cost down.
That's 42 million. I'm thinking, wow, gee, you can't even build a stadium for that nowadays. So I don't know.
No, you can't even fuck.
I don't know. But I guess back then 42 probably could have been a big deal. But yeah, I know what you're saying about the science fiction trying to think ahead and add inflation to it, but I guess maybe back then it was more believable to say 42 million and say, well, that thing costs 42 billion. Like, nothing was costing that amount of money back in 86. So, but still, at least could have said a billion,
Yeah.
Or 500 million. Then okay.
That reminds me of that scene of, remember Austin Powers, where they're with the ransom money and are like, that's not that for like $1 million. Like, it's not that much money today.
Yeah. Oh, is that all? Here, yeah. Okay. Here you go. Yeah, but now, it's. I don't like keep saying that, but there. I'm just saying the cost. Like you said, technology and the cost, was probably something in the future, but now it's like, what is that? It? Jeez. Okay, let's build 100 of them. I mean, geez. And it was interesting. I guess we never did find out how Newt survived until they got there either. There was no backstory.
He hid in that little room and gathered supplies.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. God, gosh darn it.
And they weren't. I don't believe they were all just walking around that place. They all congregated. They took all the people to.
Yeah.
So she was probably just hanging out alone, and they're all on the other side of that station.
Right. I don't know why I didn't remember that. I just watched
it. And not till they killed that chest burster, they all became active.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. They were all taking a nap until that happened.
Yeah.
And then they were.
Which is, I don't know why that it happened then and not when the facehugger first saw them. Unless it was too far away. I don't know.
Yeah, the facehugger.
Because they have a hive mind.
Yeah. I don't know either why that happened. But what didn't kind of compute with me, and maybe I was wrong about this, when Paxton asked how long would it take for another rescue ship to get there. They said 17 days.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking if that's only 17 days, why are they having to take a nap? Or is that just
what? Who's taking a nap?
Huh?
What? Who's taking a nap?
Okay. What was this? It said 17 days. What was that?
Yeah, 17 days till the rescue team.
Oh, the rescue team. Okay.
The rescue team.
Well, okay. That's all right. Never mind. I'm just thinking the 17 days. Why do they have to be incubated during the trip? I mean, it's only 17 days. Or they just save on resources, having them be incubated before they get back.
Okay. Now you put it. Okay, that's what you meant by nap.
I'm
I
sorry.
don't know. That is weird. That is weird. Was it
Because
17 days till the report comes, till they get reported? Then they send the people out?
well,
I
Paxton
think
said,
that's
what
what
are
they
we
meant.
gonna do for 17 days? How are we gonna do this? And then Ripley
Yeah.
said, "You survived forever. How long until they got there?" So,
Yeah, Newt survived forever.
yeah, forever. So that's why I'm asking. So I mean, I just thought usually when you watch these shows and they have to take, have to be put, to sleep or whatever, incubated, it's usually a year or more long trip. So they don't, because there's nothing really we're gonna do for a year. And plus,
Nothing.
yeah, and plus it saves on resources. You don't got to feed these people for the whole time they're gone. So
Mm-hmm.
anyway, that's the question I had is like, well, but anyway, it doesn't matter if they want to make the 17 days go faster. That's fine with me. I just, when we have astronauts or Soviets up in the station for over a year, we're, but anyway, it doesn't matter. It was just a question it's just something that I thought about when I was watching the movie. But then again, once again, how are you going to hide from the aliens for 17 days? That's still the question.
Well, they were probably in hibernation, remember? They weren't just walking around. I mean, Newt did say they come out at night mostly, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
she just hid in that little room.
And it took them a while to get the alien out there to get the ship, the other rescue ship. So I'm just thinking about I don't know. I'm going all over the place. I'm going all over the place, and I'm sorry about it.
Yeah, I know. I know you are.
But hey, I mean, anyway. Despite that, it was a good movie. 17 days, 17 years. Who cares? Was going to take it. They didn't have that. Whatever amount of time they was going to take it, they didn't have it.
I liked how they threw that retirement trope in there with Hudson, because he's like, "Oh, after this, I was going to be done." Blah 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 blah.
Oh yeah.
It's like I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah. Well, we knew. Oh, that makes him a dead man already. So
yeah.
That's usually that was always used like at least in the 80s movies, the policeman is going to retire in 2 days and they get shot on the job or whatever.
Yeah.
It was always a trope. I maybe it still is, but back then it was like, oh, well, I've only got, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna retire in 2 weeks. Well, he gets killed off in the week later, but you're right. I caught that when it happened, but I forgot about it until you mentioned it. So I enjoyed the movie, and as a whole, I would recommend it to any science fiction person.
Science fiction, horror.
Yep.
It's just it combines both things I like. Let's talk about the atmosphere in the movie. It's just creepy also.
We're in a dark.
The whole movie is nothing but enclosed tight spaces.
Yeah.
From the station in the beginning of the movie, to the ship, the APC. Then you get into the station where it's just narrow, dark hallways. And how they blended into the wall.
Oh,
like they didn't know they were there until they physically made us, and they see, it uncurls and goes off.
But it seemed awful dark and dreary to have for families for families.
I'm sure it's probably way more lit,
So you're thinking some of the power is down.
Was off? Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the medical lab was pretty well lit.
Yeah. Well, maybe And we didn't. Okay, I'm just thinking maybe you're right about the lighting, and we didn't really see any of the where the quarters where the families would stay either. They just ran around the hallways
Right.
mostly. So
Oh, when they first enter, they open the door, you just see all the wires just strewn all over the place and torn out.
okay, yeah, you're correct.
Yeah.
But I hope it's bright
Yeah.
because it's still, yeah, you're right. But that's probably the way they like it too, is dark and and then that's just it. To them it would always be night because they're indoors and that doesn't matter. Only come out at night. That was, I think that's even a title for a horror film, isn't it? They only come out at night. Maybe that's even a title for.
Even the planet itself was just fucking miserable. The rocks. And like they mostly come out at night. I'm like, it looks like it's night right now. Like,
You're right.
The
whole thing was dark. Okay, well, I see that's
it's not Game of Thrones dark, but it's pretty dark.
But it looks like they're just the song. They only come out at night, so I don't see. But it would make a good title for a horror movie.
They only come out. I'm gonna trademark it, register it, write a script.
Yeah. But it just seems. It's for a band called the Edgar Winter. I don't know what. Yeah. But I don't see anything that says title for a movie. Interesting. That would be. You have a good idea there, Brian.
Sure. I'll take credit for it.
But I'm just saying it sounded like a good title for a 1980s horror film or 70s, like that kind of B movie genre.
No, they only come out at night.
Yeah, they only come out at night. Something like, Last House on the Left or whatever it's called. But the original. So anyway, so it had almost everything. Plus, the the family element with the kid and Ripley. Didn't Newt call her mommy one time? There toward the end when she rescued her, she said mommy.
I don't know. I don't remember that.
I think she did because I don't think there's. I could be wrong, but I thought she just because of the moment, mommy, so. But luckily Ripley left Jonesy behind. So.
Yeah.
So does Jonesy then when they go like incubate, does Jonesy get his own bay or does she stick or her in the or she with Ripley when they're in the?
I believe the cat would get its own little cryopod.
Yeah.
And if not, I would demand one.
Yeah. I don't remember anything. I don't remember for the cat, from the original, from Aliens, where Alien, where the cat was already in an incubator or not, and how that they didn't show.
I've only seen the original once,
and I don't remember. Like I know when she had that dream, when she got out there, I didn't see the cat jump out or anything like that. But you're probably right. The cat got its own little bay, or whatever. So the cat took a nap too. So. Mm-hmm. So it's interesting, when they go and they go, well, I'm going to take my cat. They allowed the cat to go in the first place. So, oh no, Jonesy was waiting for it on the planet, right? Or did Jonesy make the trip?
I have no idea.
I don't remember.
I just know the cat was there.
Yeah. Well, no, the cat couldn't have been there because it's been 57 years.
The cat would had to have been on this ship because cat's not going to live 57 years.
No, not that. I don't think they're
it's going to be dead like 3 times over.
They probably would have cloned it 20 times by now. But you're right. You're right. Yeah. That's cool. So I can't. I guess when she opened up at the end there, when she opened up the air vent,
The airlock.
airlock, I'm surprised they all weren't blown out. That she was able to hold on. Well,
Right? Like,
I don't know what the suction is like in space, so I would have no, because usually just, you just pop out of there.
I think it'd be probably more intense than like in an airplane.
Yeah. But it was intense. I mean, I thought, I won't, it's been a while since I've seen it. I thought she would get to the top and then close the door so it wouldn't blow anybody out. I thought the alien was stuck down there because, well, I guess the alien grabbed her ankle, so she had to get rid of it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And Newt was flying across the floor until Bishop.
Yeah.
Yep. I wonder if they were able to rebuild Bishop after they got him back to. I don't know if you can rebuild one of those or not. That was seems like it's still
it's not a human. It's a robot. You can just rebuild it.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Well, let's talk about Bishop. How do you feel about their portrayal of an android in that movie as opposed to any other series or franchises or anything?
Well, it was pretty advanced even in the first one. Alien one that's why that's why Ripley didn't know, was so upset when she found out about the whatever he wanted to be called, the artificial person. And he wanted to be called something else, I think. But synthetic person? Was that what he wanted to? But anyway.
No, it was like artificial person or something.
Yeah. But because he goes, well, that was another model. This, they've improved over the decades, so it wouldn't do what the other, because the other one went wacko. So I guess at the end but you mean like compared like to Data and other androids and other TV shows or series, because it's pretty advanced and it's more lifelike than a Data. But I mean,
it was essentially a human. It showed emotions.
Yeah. It had its emotion chip in. So, well, you're right. I mean, it looked human, and in this, for right now, the big buzzword is artificial intelligence, like we've never had it before. All of a sudden, it's oh my gosh, artificial intelligence. Well, it's been going on for decades. So,
well, I don't know when they had the theory, but now we're implementing AI.
So that's true. That's true. I've tested it out to write some articles, and a buddy of mine used it he wrote a song, and then he had the AI sing it and produce the music. He would pick the genre, and then it would, someone would sing the song. I don't know how many, a male or whatever, but you put it like, say, country or rock or two things. So he wrote a theme song for his show and had AI. Yeah. He wrote the lyrics, but he had AI do the rest.
Yeah.
I think it's called Suno, Suno, maybe.
Okay.
But I mean, I know there's artificial intelligence for everything now. I mean, I could do artwork instead of plugging around in Photoshop, but
yeah.
But anyway, you're right. It's out there where we can actually implement it. So, good or bad. we'll see how it goes. But I might try the song thing if I can come up with some lyrics just to test it out, just to see what it comes up with. So I mean, it sounds interesting.
You're just gonna make up new AC/DC songs then?
Yeah, I'm gonna make up new AC/DC songs. Yeah. Yeah, I have to make that Hellraisers album. Back when
I think the one little thing I liked about Bishop, I don't know why it stood out to me, is when they opened that pipe up and he crawled in, and hands him the gun. He's like, I don't want this. But then when they go to close it, he's like, watch your fingers.
yeah,
Like, obviously he's programmed to keep people safe, but it's just that little, like, watch your fingers, and then he just crawls down the pipe.
isn't that the first rule for robots, androids from Asimov? That's the first. Don't harm humans or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
But so it was very lifelike, and I guess the same on special effects until it gets torn apart.
Okay, just have a human play a robot and just make them.
You don't have to worry about makeup or anything like like they do, like how they had to make Data a little bit more, gave him some pale and stuff. This one could I'm human.
Yeah.
But it is lifelike since it fooled Ripley, and she didn't know until it actually bled.
Until it oozed.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say bled, but yeah, that's milky white.
Yep. And that was also a good humorous moment when Paxton wanted the android to do the knife thing. It's like,
yeah,
man. So they
I wanted to say in the Netflix thing, grabbing the hand wasn't planned.
It wasn't?
And that actually freaked Bill Paxton out.
Well, you can see it.
I'm not sure. I don't know if I'm in my head playing tricks, but I'm pretty. They said that during the Netflix movies that made us.
Well, that would catch him by surprise. I just thought maybe it was. Well, I didn't know if it was hand or not. All I know was there was a hand underneath Bishop's, and they speeded up the camera, what was going really fast. That's all I know is that, and I guess if they didn't plan it, that they got the reaction they wanted while he was doing that. And you got to give him credit if that was true. He didn't pull his hand out.
No, Bill Paxton's a badass.
Yeah, I'm just saying he didn't know his response was that I'm not doing this. He just let it stay there. So that's well, I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm just saying usually they plan it out and they just go through that. Then they just speed up but it was cool because he was freaking out. Really, he was really freaking out. He's probably shitting his pants probably.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, oh my gosh. Oh man. That was his idea. So to have him do it. So, and I guess you would think the android would have to be extra careful because not hurt the humans. He would have to make sure. I mean, he cut himself, but he didn't kill. He didn't cut Paxton's hand. So
it didn't hurt Hudson.
Yeah, Hudson. So but Paxton did a good job of if it was planned of freaking out acting wise. Oh, hey man. But that was Paxton. Paxton was a good actor.
Absolutely.
Rest in peace, man. That dude. I mean, I think I've liked everything he's been in. I liked his Twister movie.
Yeah.
So that was cool. And the special effects in that was awesome too. So and the Sarge, he was a tough Marine.
Yeah.
I guess okay. The officer, the colonel, this was his second actual mission, not
Yeah.
simulated. And
Yeah.
like, oh, they're like, oh my gosh, they're freaking out because he hesitated too much, and Ripley took charge, and he was trying to stop her all the time, but it seemed like
Yeah. What they just nobody like what why have a consultant? Why have somebody if you're not gonna fucking listen to them? Like, hey, we shouldn't be doing that. Yeah, fuck it, let's do it anyway.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
What the fuck's the point?
I didn't know if he didn't like her trying to step on his toes, but yeah, you're a consultant. I guess she did listen to him, but overrode her because she wanted to blow up the whole thing, and then Hicks agreed with her because he was second and he was in charge at that time when she wanted to blow them all up.
Yeah. Well, remember in the APC, it was Ripley, Paul Reiser, and the Colonel, and then Reiser said, "Yep, Ripley's in charge now, whatever." So they overrode the Colonel. Okay, but then later in the movie, Hicks overrode Reiser. So I'm like, who's actually in charge here?
He's in charge, yeah. That does get confusing after a while.
Well, I don't think anybody's in charge. Like, if you watch that movie, those soldiers are so undisciplined.
Yeah.
You think they're just gonna let you backtalk your commanding officer like that, or say some dumb shit like that? Like, oh, okay, no. And like in their and they're like police. They shoot first, then ask questions.
Right.
There's no discipline.
Yeah. Well, I thought when they were in that place where they would have shot their ammo, was that it? Or they would have blown up? They could have blown up the place, that room they were in.
If they would have hit something, they would have blown it up.
You're right. They should have listened to orders, but he should also have said, "Do it, or you could blow us all up." That way, they wouldn't sneak and put in cartridges.
Yeah.
You could have said real quick, if you shoot, you could, it could be an explosion that kills us all. And then they're like, well, maybe not. But all you do is say no and don't give. They still sort of listen. There's no, it's an order. So
yeah.
That shouldn't have been, whether he told them or not. They should have obeyed orders. And you're right. And it seemed like they were experienced Marines too. Or.
Well, that just brings up my other thing. When the beginning, and they were like, "Is this another bug hunt?" Does that mean have they encountered these before, or are they talking about a different kind of bug, or is it just coincidence they're calling it a bug hunt?
Well, they haven't seen them.
Exactly. So why is it called?
It may be a general term, whereas they're bugs, so you just kill them. I mean, no matter what it would have been, maybe it's one of those terms that they would use just to. Also, that other bug hunt where they just go and they just fire, but like you said, shoot first, ask questions later. Unless they've encountered something like this, some kind of like some species like this before, but I'm just thinking that might be a slang term that they use for let's wipe them out like you would bugs. Is that Bossy?
Yeah, it's Bossy.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, you're on the computer.
Bossy. Yeah, I don't know where my cat is, but you're right, bug hunt. I'm just right now. I was going to say it was a slang term for, the bugs.
Ah, shit.
I could be wrong about. What are you doing? Earthquake.
My foot hit the cord. I'm pushing off against the wall.
Yeah. So.
Okay, so you watched your Blu-ray, correct?
Well, I'm getting for ugly. There's a bug hunt. There's an Aliens Bug Hunt board game. Anyway, yeah, I watched the Blu-ray. Right.
You watched the Blu-ray. I watched HBO. Okay, I remember when I watched it on my Blu-ray. I remember a scene where they were trying to make a last stand and they set up turrets, mini turrets. Was that in your movie? No. God, was that not Aliens then? Because I'm trying to remember. Because I remember they had like, they were all going to come down the hallway and they just started shooting. They like put the smart guns on them or something. That's what those like machine gun looking things
they
were.
had those. So they did shoot, they did shoot those. But when you say a turret, I'm thinking something like a tank that goes back and forth. And
no, I thought they put them out where they just auto fired at the moving targets.
Wow, that's interesting. No, I did not see that. It was not on my Blu-ray. I don't remember because I would have remembered them having, because it really, who was in this Last Stand? Because Last Stand would have only been like 3 of them.
Last Stand would have been Vasquez, Hudson, Hicks, Ripley, the Colonel, and Paul Reiser. What is this character's name in that movie? It's called Paul Reiser. It's
called Paul Reiser,
yeah. I think even in my notes I called him Paul Reiser.
Oh God. Let's see if we can Paul Reiser. Okay, we're right about the 57 years thing. So she's been gone for so who's the android? Maybe I can just where's the
Are you just not on IMDb?
No, I'm on Wikipedia. That was my Carter J. Burke.
Yeah, Burke.
Yeah, it was Burke. That was his name. I usually use Wikipedia, not. I guess I could use the other one, but I guess Wikipedia. I know where to look to see where the budget and the box is and other things, and see if they get the plot right. Sometimes the plot isn't exactly correct, but it works. But yeah, Burke. But I see what you're saying because Burke seemed to have been on her side before they left for the mission. You know,
he was on everybody. He's playing everybody.
Yeah,
of course he's going to seem that way.
Well, I'm just saying when you see him at the beginning of the movie, there's nothing to think that he has evil intentions.
He seems like an actual, genuine person.
He's just there to help, check out the situation too and make a report for the corporation.
Genuine psychopath, just playing a character.
True, but I think that all the actors did a good job reacting to the situations that they were in. I think they all brought their A game for this. So, I mean, not sure how much they got paid. I mean, with an $18 million budget, how much is that payroll and how much of that? I'm sure Sigourney Weaver got the most. Sigourney, or whatever. But I'm just wondering, but I'm not sure how. I mean, you think Reiser would have got? I don't know. This was almost before he got his TV series, so I don't know.
Yeah, he was awfully younger looking. I don't know when Mad About You came out and all that shit.
That was a early '90s sitcom, if I remember correctly. 'Cause I did push that in there to check out what he was doing, but so that was early '90s. But I think he had one in the late '80s too. He had two of them: that Mad About You and I forget the other one. But he had one like almost maybe right after or just before that Aliens movie came out. I remember he had two sitcoms.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I remember Mad About You sounds familiar title wise.
Yeah.
And I saw it, okay. And plus I guess maybe that was, if he was in a sitcom while this movie was being filmed, then you wouldn't think that he's a bad guy because he's on a sitcom and he's playing whatever, whether a dad or a brother or whatever, So that kind of throws you off.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. I mean, because using that movie, he had a series from '87 to '90 called My Two Dads.
Okay. I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it.
I don't even know if I've heard about it. But how long did it last? I don't know. '87. It sounds like 3 seasons maybe they got out of it. September '87 till '90 of April. So I got 3 full seasons in '88, '87, '88, '89, 4 seasons, right? If you count '87.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what it's about. I don't know what it seems like. He played a father figure to some. I don't know. I have not seen it. Maybe you can find it on Pluto or Tubi. I don't know.
Oh, I don't care that much about it. I'm not going to go watch it.
Well, I'm just saying anybody that may be listening that maybe you could find it that way. But sometimes they show that stuff on those stations because just all that old stuff seems to be streaming. Yep, I was right. Tubi. It says free, so I mean it has commercials, but if you really want to see My Two Dads, it's streaming on Tubi according to what I just plugged in. So, or Sling TV. If you
Sling Blade TV.
What's that?
I said Sling Blade TV.
I guess it just says Sling TV. I don't know if it's.
It's that Billy Bob Thornton movie, Sling Blade. Remember?
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I just added Blade onto the end.
Okay, I see what you're saying. That was a good movie too.
I've never seen it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, you want that to be our next one?
Yeah, you haven't seen that.
I know that. French fried potatoes, but that's all.
That's all you know. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's just like if you haven't seen Deliverance, all you hear about is banjo music.
Yeah, I tried watching Deliverance, but it was kind of fucking boring in the beginning.
Well, you don't have to, if you want, I don't know how far you got, but in the beginning you get the banjo music.
Oh, so, the dueling banjos.
Yeah. Well, it's actually
one's a banjo, one's an acoustic.
Yeah. But I'm just saying that's all you need to know. Once you get, I mean, if you want to get the reference for that, they're in bumfuck Egypt.
Yeah.
Or in the mountain with the mountain men. Yeah. Then you know what that means when someone says, if you hear banjo music, get the fuck out.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the other one of those references. Besides, we need a bigger boat.
Jaws.
Yep, Jaws. Well, that should be our next one then, Sling Blade. I concur with that.
Okay, where's it at? Do you have the DVD?
I do not. I do not have that. But I don't know why. I mean, that's surprising that I don't have it. Gosh, I thought I did. Maybe I do and don't know it. It's one of those things that I might have, but But anyway, it's well. Oh, is it? Let me check something here. See, I hate when they do that. You do a streaming thing and they tag us on Amazon, and then when you go there, it says it's unavailable.
Oh.
You know, it's. But where on? It says Roku, but where? Well, it is on Roku. I mean, according to this. Well, anyway, I don't think I have it. Maybe. Anyway, I could get me. I don't know. Depends on when we want to do this. I can probably get it, and I can get it from the library. See when we get it. So, did you? Hello. Oh, yeah. Okay, private chat. I get what you.
Yeah, I was seeing if you ever noticed that. I was like,
I have a bad habit. I'm not.
Is that private chat? No, it's
Yeah, it's only you.
Oh, it is a private. Oh, let's go to comments.
The comments that'll post everywhere that we're streaming. If you put a comment down in the comment,
and no one.
Then everybody that may be watching or later watching, they'll pop up for what you said. But hello is like,
okay.
If you have something you want to say, like let's talk about something, and then I can read it.
I know what a comment section is.
If I notice it, huh?
I know what a comment section is.
All right. I guess if I explain too much, I'm sorry. It's just the way it goes. Sometimes I explain over explain.
So, do you know anything about the artist that made the Alien? H.R. Giger?
No, I do not.
Oh, okay.
Did he make? Did he make the? Did he design the puppet or the?
He designed the alien. Yeah. I don't think he made the puppet. I think he designed the alien.
Oh, he made up the. I did not know it.
So it's very, very weird artwork. What's up?
What was his name?
H.R. I used to say Geiger, but I've heard Giger. It's Giger. He's like Swedish or Finnish or something.
No, it's not. Oh, G.I. Okay, I got you. For me, when you get the HR, I'm like puffing stuff, but that's neither here nor there. No, he died in 2014. Mm-hmm. But I see some of his images here. They are the alien ones. Gosh, a lot of them are pretty creepy, aren't they?
Yeah, and very I don't know how to put it. Go on your pillow.
Wow. But so he did the drawings, and then someone else used that to make the aliens. Then is what you're, and then he just kept going with it.
Yeah, I don't know if he made the puppet or not.
Maybe not, but he came up with the. Okay, I see. Yeah, I can see that. Wow, some of this one is. Really, that looks like a giant lobster trying to go down that one dude's throat. But yeah, I can. Yeah. Wow. That is neat. I did not know that. So that is nice to, let me see if I can. Okay. That's the one I'm talking about right there.
Yeah, like the space jockey.
Yeah, whatever's going on there. It looks like the first attempt. That is pretty. I guess just to see that you don't have something just over their face, not knowing that's down their throat, like this one shows. This piece whatever that's for. But yeah, pretty creepy stuff there, dude. So if that was his ditch, fine, but it's awesome too. So Ripley will be back for Romulus.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I don't know what. At least that's what I'm seeing now on the Wikipedia. So I don't know how much coverage she gets or not, but you know, she'll probably have a new cat by now. But I mean, I don't know. I just typed it in and see what would. Let's see what we got here. I know that this one is done by well, it's produced by Ridley Scott.
Okay.
And once again, Walter Hill is involved with being produced. So it's produced by Fede Alvarez, Fede. Maybe she's not in it. I thought she was, but the starring thing does not say anything about Ripley. So maybe I'm wrong about that.
We'll find out when we go to the movies.
Oh my gosh. And hopefully Disney didn't do too many dumb things to it.
We'll see. We'll find out.
Yep. I'm looking forward to it. That's
like
sure.
Like if you are you worried about Deadpool also?
Yeah. There's two of them, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah.
We should try. Well, I don't know about that. Permitting, we should try to do those after we watch them. But well, that's all I have. You have anything else?
No, that's pretty much all I have.
So, yeah. Did you see Atlas on Netflix yet?
Huh?
Atlas with Jennifer Lopez.
I don't have Netflix.
Oh, never mind. You didn't see it then.
No.
Okay.
We're one of the people that did not sign up after they got rid of the password sharing.
No.
We'll probably try to find a free trial when the new season or Stranger Things comes out, but
I will discuss that with you once we get out of here, how certain things may be possible.
Okay.
So, well, if that's it, I'll end the program and we can still be on there for a few seconds. I'll tell you a few things and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Just hang tight. Well, everyone, thanks for watching the first BS show. And join us next time. It sounds like
it's a working title.
Everything's a working title here. But what's not, and we're going to try and do Sling Blade next.
Possibly.
We'll see.
Not everything I say is serious. It's probably a joke, but
yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see if there's a punchline or not. Everyone, take care. Have a safe week. And